welcome to SportsKnight Central, your home for everything Urban Knights. I'm Mylene Mukhar, and today we have a packed show for you. So much going on for the Urban Knights, so let's look at today's menu. Some great highlights coming your way with men and women's basketball, track and field, and tennis. We will also look at next week's game. With no further ado, let's dive in. First today, women's basketball. It was a rematch from January 5th, and even though it was a much closer one, the outcome was the same. The Urban Knights came out on top, winning 80-74 against Holy Names University. It was a game with two opposite halves as the Knights cruised to a 49-37 score at halftime, following an 11-3 and later 10-2 run. With a 17 points lead early in the second half, the Hawks didn't give up and came back within 3 points of AAU with a few minutes left. But the Knights came on top thanks to a huge three-pointer by Story and 21 points off turnovers. The Urban Knights out-topped the conference and clinched their spot in the Pac-West Conference Championship with a 13-1 conference record and 18-6 overall record. And now for some men's basketball. It was a doubleheader at Kaiser Pavilion on February 3rd as the men's team also took on conference rival Holy Names. And this time, the Urban Knights came out on top with a win to take revenge from the January 5th loss, winning 66-58. A huge defensive day proved to be the key to the win for the Urban Knights, with a program record 19 steals. After being down 5-0 in the first couple minutes, the Knights went on a 12-3 run to take their first lead, which they never surrendered. Up 28-17 at halftime, defense on both sides kept the second half close, with the Hawks attempting a comeback, but AU stayed focused and finished with a 6-4 run to seal the win 66-58. The Urban Knights are now 3-11 in conference play and 5-15 overall, coming at the 12th spot in the Pac-West standings, being led by Concordia. And now, some tennis time. She had an outstanding match against D1 Portland State University, coming back from a 4-6 and 2-5 deficit to win 4-6, 7-5, 11-9. And for that, senior Dandy Xale received her first ever Pac-West Player of the Week for February 1st. Congratulations to her, a well-deserved honor after a really impressive week. Don't go anywhere, we still have some outstanding performance to look at with track and field and what to look for this week.
Make the Academy work for you. Degrees in 27 areas of study, classes in San Francisco or online. Enroll now for spring at academyart.edu. Academy of Art University, founded in San Francisco 1929.
Welcome back to SportsKnight Central. Mylene Mukhar here with your update on everything Urban Knights. It's now time for some track and field after an impressive first meet at the Ed Jacoby Invite with top times in the country and personal records being broken on both men and women's side. The teams headed to Seattle, Washington for the University of Washington Invitational. Moboadi Ajomale, who qualified automatically for NCAA Division II Nationals in the 200 meters with his time, once again finished first by half a second, and Jordan Edwards tied for 8th with a 22:08 time. Ajomale, a redshirt freshman, keeps on putting highlight reels for us, as he also qualified automatically in the 60 meters during the finals with a 6.65 second time, an AAU record, fastest time in Division II and 11th in all divisions. He also won with the 4x400 meters relay alongside Roman Skovronski, Jordan Edwards, and Alexander McNally with a 3:13.65 mark, earning them a provisional qualifier spot. Edwards finished third out of 39 in the 400 meters, and Johnny Carter earned a provisional qualifier spot in the long jump, finishing fourth. Congratulations are in order as Mobadi Adjomale was named Division 2 National Athlete of the Week. But again, his performances speak for themselves and we couldn't be prouder for having him as an Urban Knight. On the women's side now, the 4x400 meters also posted provisional time with Mystic Scott, Kiana Moody, Shea Graham and Kiara Clark clocking in at 3:51.64. Moody added to an already great showing by posting a provisional time of 55.19 in the 400. Finally, in the women's 200, Moody finished 19th of 81 with a 25.36 time. That's it for track and field, but stick around as we will take a look at what's coming up this week right after this.
Make the Academy work for you. Degrees in 27 areas of study, classes in San Francisco or online. Enroll now for spring at academyart.edu. Academy of Art University, founded in San Francisco 1929.
Welcome back inside our studio, and as promised, we will now take a look at a different matchup coming up this week. Men's and women's basketball will both take on Dixie State and Concordia, respectively on February 11th and 13th. The men's team lost twice to Dixie State last year, the second meet coming down to Dixie State team shooting lights out. Concordia beat AAU on January 27th, so the Knights will be ready for revenge. For the women's, they will look to extend their streak against Dixie State as they won both times last year. The first meet was close with a 70-67 score, the second more comfortable with a final score of 83-61. They also just beat Concordia on January 27th, 81-58. The baseball team will take on Chico State on the 12th and 13th. The last time they played was 2014 and Chico State took the 4-game series home 4-0. It is 2 years later and a whole new season, and the Urban Knights are ready to take on one of the powerhouse of the CCAA. The softball team has a busy week taking on Central Washington University, Northwest Nazarene University, and San Francisco State University. Finally, the women's tennis team takes on PacWest rival Dominican University on the 13th, and track and field competes at the Husky Classic up in Seattle on the 12th, 13th, and 14th. As you can see, this will be a full week for Urban Knights, and this concludes our 4th episode of SportsKnight Central. For all of the latest news and stories, be sure to visit reuathletics.com. Also, tune into UKR2, our student-led sports radio station, which can be downloaded on iHeartRadio for more info on your Knights. Don't forget to tune in next week for another update on your Urban Knights. On behalf of our crew and myself, thank you so much for joining us and have a great night.